morning, welcome back to Oxford Woodworking. Today we're going to make a simple, easy to build, inexpensive to build table that you can sell for a profit. Have you ever needed a small table for a child's room or for any other place in your house for that matter, but you don't have hundreds of dollars to go to the furniture store and buy one? This table, this Queen Anne table, can be made for literally a few dollars and a few hours of your time. This table uses what I call faux legs. They are not real Queen Anne legs. The real things are hard to make, they take a lot of time, and they require some expensive wood. The faux Queen Anne leg has that distinctive shape, but it's simply made from a 2x, from a 2x4, a 2x6. These four legs were made from only 48 inches of a 2x10, a standard pine 2x10. So let's get started. Let's start with the top. You'll see in the drawing package that there's only one component marked top. That's because it's two 7¼ inch boards wide that are glued together. Our finished top when we're done will be closer to a 14-inch wide dimension. That's because we have to joint the two edges and would take some material away to do that. Once I put these boards together, I went online and started looking at Queen Anne designs, and I found that the design I had laid out didn't look very consistent with Queen Anne. I couldn't find anything that had those squared corners, so I didn't cut them. What I did was I came up with a compromise. All the Queen Anne tables that I saw either were rectangular or oval in shape. And so I came up with something that represents an oval, and all I did was do a 36-inch radius along the long edge, a 22-inch radius along the short edge. Where those two meet, we'll put a small rounded radius, and we'll come back also and we're going to do an OG edge on this to decorate it just a little better. So let's go cut this out on the bandsaw. And there you have it. Quick trip to the bandsaw, a little bit of hand sanding, quick trip to the router along the edge, a little more hand sanding, and it's done. 15 minutes from the raw board to the finished board. Now let's get to the skirt and the legs and let's attach them. I made a pattern for this leg using 1/4 inch plywood, and there's one detail you may want to see. Alignment of the pattern to the raw 2x board is important, so I left a small tab on the leg to aid in the alignment. Now when I place the pattern on the board, alignment is assured. Before heading to the bandsaw, we need to cut this notch on the inside of the leg. Do that on your table saw with the blade set to 45 degrees bevel. Don't cut the whole length of the blank. I used a piece of tape to tell me how far to cut. Then after the table saw cut, I can trim the waste away to reveal the notch where it's needed. With the notch complete, I can now cut the leg to shape on the bandsaw. I also use my router to round the edges of the leg using 1/2 inch radius. The skirt is basically a box, and we attach it to the bottom of the top, and we use that to hold the legs in place. When in place, it looks something like this, but if you look at the drawings, we do need to cut them to length. Let's go back and take a look at the prototype. And what you'll find on the prototype is a decorative edge on the bottom of the skirt. Let's go do that. The decorative edge can be as simple or as complex as you want it to be. For me, it's just a simple pattern that I trace onto the board, cut it out on the bandsaw. Nail all four box pieces together to complete the box. From your scrap pile, find two pieces 8 inches long and nail them in place as shown here. At each corner of the box, drill two 1/8 inch pilot holes at a 45-degree angle to the sides. Inside, insert a 2-inch screw into each of those holes and drive them into the legs to secure them. Do this in all four corners, a total of 8 screws to hold the legs in place. And this is what you should now have. So let's turn it over and attach the top. Place the top upside down on your workbench. Then put the legs and skirt assembly on it upside down also. Center the skirt on the tabletop. Using the two scrap pieces we earlier attached to the skirt, insert 4 screws through the scrap into the top. I used 1 1/4 inch long screws for this. That's it. The table is complete.